Greetings, business scholars. Happy Sunday Fun Day. It is I, your instructor, Sheree Lopez. I just wanted to take a couple minutes to check in with y'all now that we are pretty much at the halfway point of class, if you guys can believe that. Like, yeah, it's midterm week. We're starting a little bit late due to the inclement weather, and I did want to give y'all an opportunity to um, get caught up. I know, whew, that threw us for a curveball, didn't it? So I know I had to change dates on the fly just to give you guys enough time to um, be able to get things done. If and I'll continue to make some adjustments as we go into the last couple of weeks of class and get y'all to that finish line right before spring break, because we can't help that. I do appreciate y'all being flexible and able to kind of adapt on the fly, as we had to try to navigate that not only here but with Dallas College as well. I had double duty of trying to get things all together. So I feel like I'm finally getting settled in with both schools, and it's like, okay, the dust has settled. Now we can go ahead and we can, smooth sail to spring break. But yeah, I did want to check in with y'all briefly and let y'all know that I did post the midterm helpful hints. So that way, all of that content between chapters 1 and 5 of the ebook, you don't have to reread every single page. We're going to work smart here. So I've tried to direct y'all to what page numbers to kind of focus in on. You have the entire week to prepare for your midterm. I did want to make sure I did not shortchange y'all on that. And plus, you guys got a little bit of a head start while I was getting everything prepped. When I was telling you, hey, make sure y'all look at the PowerPoints. And each chapter, after some time goes by, when y'all do like the Learn Smart activity, so that's the one with the book and the questions, if there were things that you were a little shaky on, then what it will automatically do is it will create these recharges for you, so that way you can brush up on certain skills. The other thing that I can see on my end, in addition to like what questions you got right and wrong, but I can also see what level of confidence that you had with them individually and as a group. So if like it'll show me like, yeah, you got this right, but you guessed on it. Like if it's as low confidence, like you were just like, answer C, I'm just gonna go for it. I can see that. And if I see that in high frequency, then I know, ooh, that's something I need to actually probably record a short little snippet about and reinforce. So rather than doing like a series of like all these like 30-minute to an hour videos, I like to kind of come in behind y'all and tighten things up. But I think as long as, y'all did your questions and things like that, you look through the PowerPoints and then that midterm review that I've given you, you'll be okay. Because the midterm itself is literally 25 questions, multiple choice and true false. So you just kind of get in there and do your thing and you'll be okay. I know some people have testing anxiety. I am one of them. I personally prefer, like, give me a paper, I will write it, or give me a project, I will make something beautiful. I can test, but sometimes I've been known to have those nerves and stuff like that. So I built the assignments in a way that if you have an off day when you take a test, it's not going to destroy your entire grade. Because I've been in those classes where, actually this was for my psychology class, we had 4 grades, which means if you didn't test well one time, or if you messed up on the first test, that was it. It was over. There was no way you were going to recover. And I did not want to put you guys in that type of position. So if you had something and you went in there and you were just like, you know what, I was sick, I was under the weather, we had a family emergency, all this kind of stuff, like the day before I took my test, and you didn't score exactly what you thought you were going to score, but you did all the other assignments and everything like that, and your final looks good, then yeah, you can still earn an A in the course, no problem. It's like when you start having zeros, that's when you're going to have issues. But if you've attempted everything, you should be okay. Looking forward into finals, So instead of a final exam, what you're going to have is you get to have a choice between creating like a project. So it can be like a PowerPoint or Prezi's presentation. You can record over it, like with audio or video recordings. You can put little snippets in there and have some fun with it. Um, include clip art, videos, pictures, all those different types of things to kind of supplement your ethical dilemma. Or you can write a case study. I recommend that it's easiest to start with a company. So have a company in mind, and then think about, okay, what's an issue that that company is facing and how have they dealt with it, or what are they doing? Because it could be one of those things that the issue is not completely resolved. So whether you're talking about hostile work environment, if you're talking about job poaching, they're stealing employees from other jobs, and not honoring those non-compete contracts. If somebody signs something, if you're talking about environmental situations, so like the BP oil spill, when you're focusing on that, or just, let me think, things that have to do with onboarding practices, training practices. What have I seen recently? Last semester somebody finally wrote about artificial intelligence, kind of like in the workplace. I've seen that. That's kind of a new thing that people finally incorporated into their presentations. I've seen some people talk about various like harassment cases and pay issues regarding like overtime. So there's a lot to choose from, So it's not going to be that bad, and I'm going to release the project early, so you have plenty of time to work on it, okay? But yeah, I did want to just kind of touch on that briefly and let y'all know that that is out there. With the midterm, do your practice first. So actually, let me show you where that is and what that's going to look like, okay? Okay, so we've got our different modules up here, and I'm going to view this as a student because my view is different than yours. So I've got a little content that's still hidden in here. So what you're going to see over the next couple of days is I'm going to load some additional material in here. This is where your practice quiz is going to be. The practice quiz is just 4 questions. They are not going to be graded. What it's going to do is it's an opportunity for you to be able to test out the lockdown browser that we have to use. I know. It's a requirement. It's a departmental requirement. Just to make sure that it's working. So I popped in a couple of different tests, so that way if you're going to test more than one like laptop or tablet or something like that, then you can get in there, and if you need additional attempts with the practice, just let me know and I can add a couple of more in there in case you're like, hey, my personal laptop didn't work, I'm going to try my sister's laptop, or I'm going to try my work laptop, or I'm going to go check out a laptop at school, or maybe I'm going to go to the library and use one of theirs. Then that way we can do that. And then your midterm itself is going to be right here, and I just put in questions from chapters 2 through 5. I didn't really put anything from chapter 1. You'll see about 5 or 6 questions from each chapter. Like I said, multiple choice and true false, and it's not timed, so you don't have to worry about sweating and racing against the clock. It's just that you can't open up any other tabs. You are allowed to use a small note card though. That I'm fine with, and that way you can kind of jot down some things based off of the helpful hints. I don't think that you'll need it. I personally think it'll slow you down. I would allocate maybe about an hour of uninterrupted time, but I've seen people finish the midterm in as short as 15 minutes. Because if it's that short, 4 chapters, 25 questions, it's going to be the major things. That's why I was really trying to steer y'all toward the PowerPoints. I was like, if it's in PowerPoint, um, that's going to give you a good starting place to look. And then you'll kind of see on the midterm review when I start directing you to specific pages, you're going to be like, oh, wait, I saw that in PowerPoint. Oh, wait, there were a lot of questions over that in my Learn Smart activity. So I tried to pick kind of like the big stuff. Okay. You won't have like I said, you won't have a second, like multiple choice midterm or anything, a final. It will just be the project. And once you're done with the project, you are done with the class. Okay, so my game plan is to kind of work backwards and record some little snippets to go with your midterm review. Kind of like what I did with the later chapters. I was able to record some like little short 3 to 5 minute videos. Like I picked one topic and I was able to kind of hone in on it and say, okay, this is kind of what this is going to be about. Again, versus like these really, really long lecture videos and stuff. If I was teaching this class in person or as a hybrid course, like where we would be meeting, once a week through Microsoft Teams as an entire group, it would be structured differently. But this is an asynchronous course where I kind of give you your stuff, you do your thing, and I serve as more of a facilitator, and then I'm kind of coming in behind you and helping tighten things up. Okay? But this also allows you guys to work on your work anytime, day or night, around that work schedule, especially since I know a lot of y'all don't just work first shift. A lot of people work second or third shift. And the majority of my students that I typically get work full time, 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week, if not 2 jobs. So I try to my goal is to make it as easy as possible for y'all. So know that my intentions are pure, but I do have to kind of adjust things on the fly sometimes. I really did not want y'all to have homework during midterm week. But to kind of make that work, I did have to kind of squeeze chapter 6 in there, but you'll only have that one chapter. Then I made it due the day after midterms, so then that way, if you hang all the way back until the 22nd and take your midterm, then you don't have to turn in chapter 6 until the very next day. So that's going to give you some time to kind of work on both. And then we'll do chapter 7 and 8 together, 9 and 10 will be together, and then your final project will be due the very, very last day of class. And that's kind of the way we're going to glide to spring break. Alrighty. Well, what I'll do is I will work on getting some additional content in for you guys over the next couple of days. I'm going to try to at least do chapters 2 and 3 today, or at least partially. I'm trying to record stuff for my other class as well, so it's a little tight, but I will, if I don't get to it today, I'll try to squeeze some stuff in during the week. But again, take your time with the midterm. It doesn't have to be done today because you have all next weekend to do it as well. Okay? And then you are welcome to work ahead. Like if you want to go ahead and go into chapters 6, 7, and did I release 8 yet? I have not released 8 yet. I'll go ahead and I can open up 8 today as well. And then no, wait, I did build them. I built them. They're going to open 8, 9, and 10 are going to open by themselves. I forgot. I did all that last night. So everything else is done. I just got to build your last 2 discussion questions that are going to be over here under the discussion board. But literally everything else for this course, I had to take a second. I forgot what class it was in. Everything for this course has been pre-built. Everything's ready. You're also going to see a series of announcements come out with some additional material. So there's some stuff that I'm sharing with my other class that I wanted to also give to you guys. So I did post the, you're going to see some stuff regarding the Small Business Development Center, since I have quite a few of y'all that are currently entrepreneurs, as well as some people that are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs. So we have resources for you that are in-house, like to help you with your business plan and those contracts and everything like that. So we have guidance that's free for y'all to help. You'll see some information coming about corporate services. So one thing that a lot of people don't know about Tarrant County College is we can work with pretty much any major employer in the county, and a lot of them outsource their trainings to us. So a couple of years ago, when I was still a academic advisor and working full time for TCC, so this was when I was still working for TCC, but before I went to go work for State Farm full time. We had various contracts with General Motors, General Electric, Miller Coors, BNSF Railway. We were doing a class for veterans with Lockheed Martin. That was in my building. They were actually next door to my office. Bell Helicopter, like you name it. We've done work with them. So it's a very good place for you guys to be. Because if those area businesses are approaching us to develop training programs for them, then they're ultimately looking at you guys in the hiring pool to hire you all too. So very good networking opportunities coming forth, not just for us, but for y'all as well. I will also be posting some quality enhancement program related things. So there's a lot of different workshops that should be coming up, like transfer related workshops, business related workshops. I have some stuff regarding like the project management certification, training and development magazine, some HR related stuff for those of y'all that are interested in that area. So I'm trying to incorporate some other resources in there. And then lastly, what you'll see is our TCC Foundation scholarship opens up tomorrow. So I want to make sure that you guys have some information and kind of are familiar with the prompt, so that way you guys can apply for that money. So this is money in addition to any federal dollars, like if you were Pell eligible. So if you have the Pell grant, SEOG grant, TEOG grant, or anything like that, the TCC Foundation scholarships are separate. Those are institutional funds. They either come from the major employers that have made donations, full-time employees, as well as family members for past employees that have either retired or that have passed away, and they left. We left behind scholarships basically in their memory, and then we donate to those. So we actively invest in your education. So like when I was full-time here, yes, I was putting money into those, 2 of those scholarships. So I would tell my students, no, please apply, because I'm putting money in my paycheck every single month for you guys to go and take this money to use it for your education. And if it doesn't get used, it has to be used for that purpose, but they don't give it back to us. I don't know where it goes. So please apply. I think the deadline is going to be sometime in May, but I will double check on that and I'll give you guys that information, okay? Alrighty. Well, I will work on trying to get that content to you guys over the next couple of days. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on, not just with the inclement weather. There's some other stuff that was going on here at home, but I think everything's all smoothed out and everything. As always, if y'all need me, I'll be available during office hours, or you can schedule an individual time with me if you feel like you need it. I'm hoping with these other little snippet videos that I'm going to be posting, that's going to help bring some clarity to some of those questions that you guys have. Because yes, I have gotten the questions, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to condense some of that stuff. And if I'm not putting in an announcement, I'm going to record and address it there. Okay? Because I got a lot of emails between both classes. So sometimes it's easier for me to kind of collapse it together. All right, but y'all have done a fantastic job over the course of the semester. Keep up the great work, keep up that energy. I've enjoyed reading your discussion questions. I really hope y'all enjoyed the Campbell soup one, because that was a big surprise for me. And as always, I am here if y'all need me as a resource. Until then, y'all take care of each other, and remember, you've got this, okay?